Are these the best valued homes in Metro Vancouver? Well, today we're going to take you through a single family project here in the city of Langley. We're in more specifically the neighborhood of Willoughby, and we've taken you guys through a lot of different townhome projects, but today we got a special one. We're taking you through one of the most popular single family home projects built by a very notable developer, and we're gonna get through all the details. We're gonna take you through two different homes, and the second one has one of the most amazing high ceilings living room that I've ever seen. And of course, at the very end, just as always, we're gonna take you through all the pricing as well as the floor plans, all the information that you would need about this project. So now without further ado, let's get inside and take a look at this first home. All right guys, so here we are. We're about to take a look into this home. Let me just show you first of all, the exterior of this. And this is one of their smaller homes. This is their entry-level home for a single family. And we will, of course, get into the floor plan, the pricing, which I think you'll be pretty surprised at, and all that information towards the end. But first off, let's check out this single family home first. So right when you walk in, you have, of course, your closet here. And Fox Ridge Homes, if you guys have seen any of my other videos or know of the developer, you'll know that the very special and unique thing about them is they make all their homes customizable. And we'll get into more information on that. But right when you walk in to the right here, this is going to be your living room. And you have, in a way, a divider here separating your living room from your dining and kitchen area, which I know some people will definitely love. But even though there is a divider, they have a cutout here which lets you see through it. So you feel like, in a way, it's integrated into the same space, but yet not completely open in the concept. Now, just to start off with some numbers, this is their 3 to 5 bedrooms, 2.5 to 3.5 bathroom home with 2,685 square feet. And the reason that there is a range, not just an exact number of bedrooms and bathrooms like you're normally used to, is because of the basement, how you can turn that into a rental suite if you like. And once we get down there, I'll point out a few more things. But now, right here that you're looking at, this is a big dining table and you still have plenty of room here. This just shows you have plenty of space here in your dining area. And back there, this cutout here, I imagine some people might like the idea of putting in a wet bar or a cabinet like they have here, some sort of additional use of the space. And then if we keep plugging along, this is going to be their kitchen. So you have a U-shaped kitchen with a gigantic island wrapping all the way around. You can sit a ton of chairs up here. They have 4 stools set up, and this could be a great spot to have breakfast if you don't want to use your formal dining table. And if we come to the other side of this, give you a bit of an idea of the view you're going to have if you're up here cooking away or serving your kids some food. You definitely don't have to worry about having enough storage space because there is ample here throughout the kitchen. We're gonna open some of these up, and there are some nice touches, nice features, such as their under cabinet lighting that they have here in the kitchen. And just to show you a bit of the type of space that you'll be having and dealing with over here. And of course you have your gas stove. Now continuing to wrap around, you have, of course, your washer, your sink, and then this is going to be your yard, which will take you outside in just a second. And back there is going to be your covered parking as well as some additional parking outside. Now, this kitchen does not end here. If you keep going, you have your fridge. This is going to be your microwave, and then even more cabinet space up here to the side. And then if we open this boy up, you have a little pantry over here. So definitely the perfect place to set it up. As they do, probably fill it up even more to have your pasta and whatnot in there. We wrap around through, you have your powder room here on the main level. I personally like this because it's tucked away. I know some places you are able to see the powder room from the main living area, but I like the idea of having the powder room a bit tucked away so people that are going in and out, you're not necessarily hearing or seeing anything. And of course, let's open this up and just show you a bit of the space back here. So if you notice, you have your yard, and this is a nice area for you to set up a table, set up some chairs that's not going to be on grass. You can have dinner outside or set up a barbecue somewhere on the grass. And one thing I want to note is once we get to the basement and show you the potential of the basement suite, this is an important part to know. You have a completely separate entrance where you can come back. If you are renting it out, for example, the tenant can come back through the backyard and downstairs without ever bothering you. All right, so moving along, we are going to show you the basement suite last. First of all, let's move on upstairs and show you the bedrooms. And before we do that, they snuck in another closet here. Definitely plenty of storage space. And one other thing I just want to note, that their finishes, their coloring, all that, if you are able to get a hold of a home before they've built it already, or if the framing's up, the structure's up, but they haven't done any of the finishes, that's when you're able to customize it completely and exactly to your liking, to your finishes and your color scheme. Now this is one of the bedrooms up here. Right now, of course, it's empty. They haven't staged this upper floor, but this feels like a very standard secondary bedroom here. You don't have a huge closet. This will be more suitable for a younger kid. Maybe, you don't have that much stuff to store, to put in your bedroom. And of course, this is facing the back. And this neighborhood in general, it's very quiet, it's very peaceful. There is an abundant amount, just so many homes, brand new homes that are being built right now. And we're seeing mainly a lot of townhomes, a lot of condos as well in this area. But you're also seeing some single family homes like you're looking at right now. But of course, they are not coming in as quickly or as many of them as you're seeing in the townhouse and the condo sector. And the great thing about this, and that a lot of people appreciate, one of my clients, we just recently took a look at this very project, is the price point. So this is, first of all, let me just mention, this is your shared bathroom. You have a tub, nothing crazy going on here, very standard. But as I was saying, the price point as well as the build is what's most intriguing about this specific project. Now this is their smaller home, but still you have a completely on its own utility room with side-by-side laundry and a great counter for you to fold some clothes on. Have cabinets up here, even have a sink on this side, which that you don't see in every house. Now the same developer has built these homes that we've toured on Burke Mountain in Coquitlam. I will link that somewhere up there for you to check out. And those are absolutely beautiful. And the ones we take you through on that one it's a massive home, much bigger than the one we're showing today. But this is more for a bit of a smaller family. You want to upgrade potentially from your townhouse or from your condo to a single family home. And this is going to be the perfect fit for those type of families because you get your complete own space, but yet you're not going overboard and getting something like a 5 to 7 bedroom that, sometimes that is just too much for people. You're not really in the situation where you need that, or you don't even want to rent out the basement like the potential of this one. So this is just, it's a great, I guess you could call it entry-level single family home here. So we're taking you through, of course, this is the master bedroom that you just saw, and this is the primary bathroom. It's a little bit narrower. You still get your double vanity with a ton of space in between. So you're definitely not gonna be bumping shoulders, but it's not a large space, definitely not as huge as, for example, their 5, their 6, their 7 bedroom homes. Now that about sums up the top floor. You have 3 bedrooms up there, and then now we're gonna go down to the lower level, the basement, and then we're gonna break down a little bit more what type of changes, what type of personalizations that you can do to this part of the home. So as we're coming down here, the first thing I just want to quickly show you is they have on-demand hot water and a little bit of storage, not too much, but just enough for you to put a couple things in there. And to your left here, I'm going to talk about what all this is in just a second. But here you have another potential bedroom. It has a window, so it's nice in the sense that even though it is underground, you'll at least get a little bit of natural light coming in. They set it up right now as a bit of a home office, but this, of course, you can utilize as a bedroom. And you do have your closet down here, which this one is actually, it's a good size. But the downside of using this one as a bedroom, and if you completely shut this door out for a tenant or to use as a completely separate space, is that you won't have access to a washroom down here. So if you want to go to the washroom, you would have to go up the stairs, and there, of course, in the main level, there isn't a full bathroom, it's just a powder room. So to have a full-on shower, you would have to go all the way up to that top floor to get access to a shower, and that is, of course, if this door is closed. So I don't know if you can notice this on camera, but this is a different trim and door frame And this door is definitely heavy duty. It's a different door from just your classic wood one. This one is meant to block out more noise. If you do want, like we said, you can turn this into a completely rental suite that can help you generate income, you know, it can help with qualification and all that good stuff. So let's pretend for a second, if we do close that door, this is what this downstairs rental suite is going to be. Right away to your left, this is a closet space. Now, of course, the door to enter, if you were a tenant, would be from over there. It wouldn't be through this one. We're just going to work kind of from this direction. And then let's turn right here. A nice, cozy bedroom, decent size down here. And of course, you still have the window and a nice little walk-in closet. Definitely not huge, but it's good size. It's more spacious, and you can actually walk in as opposed to other closets in the bedrooms upstairs. And then, as if one wasn't enough, you have another closet in here which they use as a pantry. And of course, this is your full 4-piece bathroom here with a tub. Now, this is a great thing and a definitely must if you were to turn this into a basement suite is laundry. And this would be your humble living space. It's not huge, it's a basement suite, but it's very well utilized. You have a bit of an L-shaped kitchen here with the stove tucked in. This definitely feels different from the one upstairs. You're not dealing with 1,000 square feet of space to utilize. You're dealing with much smaller, so this is already, you know, it's maximally utilized for what they have. Still great finishes, very simplistic, and you have everything that you need, including the fridge, the washer. And then of course, this is your living/dining area. That right there is quite a small table. I'm sure you could probably fit a larger one. There are a few different ways that you could set it up. I'll leave that up to your imagination. But this is a nice little cozy space to rent out. Or even if you just want to leave this, turn this into a bit of a rec room or a flex space, or just leave this for maybe your in-laws to come. If I sit down here, you'll see still have a decent amount of space down here. So that's definitely a nice thing. And what I like is, although you are in a basement, they really tried their best to put in some windows, one over there. Of course, you have it from the door and then the side, as well as in the bedrooms. So even though you're down here, you're not going to be completely separated from the outside world. And this, of course, these are the stairs that we pointed out. That's going to lead you to the backyard and the back. So that's it for the tour of this starter home here in this project. And they have another home that's their larger one. We're gonna see if we can get in there. I know they are quite busy today, so I'm not exactly sure, but if we can, we're going to cut to that right now. And if not, we're gonna go through all the pricing and at least just show you the different floor plans. And of course, you saw the project on the exterior and the site plan before we took you through this home. Good news, guys, we can take you through the larger one. So we got a couple minutes here. We're gonna go right into it. So this is their larger unit. This is their 3 to 6 bedroom, still 2.5 to 3.5 bathroom. But this one has 3,392 square feet, so close to 3,400 square feet. And there are some big differences that we're going to outline for you guys. First off, this is going to be a flex room, which you didn't have in one of their smaller units. So that is the first big thing. And this is looking right out at the main level. So this is a great space if you want to use as your office or turn this into just whatever space you want with getting some good natural light coming in. That's the front door. And this, of course, right now is their sales center. But normally this would be their side-by-side 2-car garage parking. So that's another one of the big differences. The unit that we just took you through, that one has a separate parking garage, but this one is attached to the actual home. So this is your powder room. And right away you can see how much larger this is. So from getting a couple hundred more square feet, your house can feel quite a bit larger. Of course, there is going to be a difference in the price, but we will get to all that towards the end. Now, this is another one of those cool features. This is the mudroom. So this will be the garage door that leads you straight into a mudroom where you can set up some hangers, and even if you don't, you have a closet in here. Now, although the square footage, the number of bedrooms, the number of bathrooms, it's not a drastic difference, but this house certainly feels a lot bigger. Even if you just look at this main living room, you have double floor ceilings here. So this living room just feels absolutely massive, even though the space itself is not that much larger. The feel is, because if you look up there, you're just looking into a ton of space. And these gigantic large windows all throughout this side of the house overlooking a green belt is another one of those factors that make it feel huge. Now we're not gonna step outside. I'll just show you what you could set up back there. You still have a bit of grass area on top of setting up if you want to do just like they have done, set up some chairs and maybe even a fireplace there. But this is a completely different layout to the last unit we just saw. That's going to be your dining room, and this is your kitchen with a massive, super duper long island over here. I could probably count 3, 4, 5. It takes 6 steps for me to get from one side to the other, and I'm not the shortest lad out there. And again, you have this space where you can turn into exactly what they've done. We actually just mentioned this in the other unit, that you can turn it into a bit of a wet bar. And yeah, that is nicely done. And all throughout this kitchen, if you didn't have to worry about cabinet space in the other one, you certainly won't here as well. And this one has one of the largest pantries I have ever seen. This looks more like a walk-in closet. So for all you people that love to cook, love having a ton of ingredients, this might be the perfect pantry for you. Everything else other than that is pretty similar. You have that gray, white color scheme, and this island is waterfall. Let's quickly go on upstairs and show you guys what you get up there. So you're gonna have 3 bedrooms up here as usual, and this is just it's a great sight. Look at the amount of space, the height you get from these ceilings. But anyways, quickly through, this is one of the first secondary bedrooms. Again, much larger than the other one. Cabinet space is also larger. Really, this is just like the other unit that we just took you through, but if you enlarged it and added a couple features that the other one didn't have. And then the shared bathroom, this one has a double sink, still a bathtub, and a bit of more linen space over there. Now this feels very similar to the other one. So still you have your side-by-side, you have your counter, you have your sink. So very similar to that other one. And even more closet space. So I'm sure those of you that appreciate having a lot of space will love this. And this is actually one of the nicest rooms, primary rooms I've seen recently. You have vaulted ceilings, a ton of space, and of course we've mentioned this many times already, but this is a very quiet area. You're backing into a green belt. Now we're gonna check out that in just a second. Oops, you got a glimpse, but look at this walk-in closet. This is absolutely massive. And if we take a look at this washroom, look at how much space you have. And you have a standing shower as well as a separate bathtub. That is definitely a nice feature to have. And of course, double vanity. I hope you guys are enjoying this one. It is absolutely beautiful. It's not like some of the homes you're seeing, like 4,000 square feet in its interior, but certainly they've really maximized and put these square footages to good use. So again, their basement is customizable. As you can see here, this is their sales center. So they have a bunch of different finishings, colors set up. So if you're interested in one of these units, this is the process you'll be going through. You can pick your layout, pick the type of finish you want, the type of exterior material, all that good stuff as they have laid out here, and there's more than just this. So if you're interested in one of these units, definitely don't be afraid, don't be shy to reach out to me. I'll have my contact information right there on the screen. I know a lot of you might be thinking, oh, he probably just walks around tours these homes as entertainment. I definitely do that, but on top of that, I am also boots on the ground. I help buyers, sellers, investors, just like yourself, who are buying their first home, who are relocating, who are upsizing, whatever the case may be. So go ahead and reach out to me. I would definitely love to schedule a tour for you here or help you find whatever type of home that you're looking for, whether that's a single family home, a townhouse, condo, whether that's in Langley and Coquitlam, whatever the case may be, go ahead and reach out to me and we can get the ball rolling. If I turn around, you will also have a full-size bathroom down here. And just like the other unit, you can, of course, turn this into a rental suite. And we won't get into all the specifics of that since we already did that on the other unit. But here you can see this is going to be one of the bedrooms you can have down here. And this is a good size. Now some more colorings and finishes. I'll give you guys a little glimpse for you to check out. And in here, this is a walk-in closet, and yeah, they got some spare doors to say the least. Well, there you have it, guys. I'm gonna go up and show you one last glimpse of that main level but then we're gonna jump on the screen and I'm gonna show you all the prices that I know you guys are excited about. So we're gonna do that in just a second. Here is your last look at this beautiful, stunning, gorgeous main level. All right guys, there you have it. That is the tour of 2 of these beautiful homes in this brand new single family home project. And now of course, we're gonna get into the prices that I'm sure many of you are very curious and have been waiting for. So without further ado, let's jump into the first home that we took you through. That one is their smaller unit. Like we said, that one is their 3 to 5 bedroom, which that unit has a potential basement suite of having 2 bedrooms. That one has a starting price of $1,689,900. I'm gonna give you a comparison in just a second and share with you why this price point is so attractive to a lot of people. But first off, the second home that we took you through, that was the larger home. That one is their Alderwood floor plan and has a starting price of $2,179,900. So to give you a bit of a comparison so you can get a sense of why this is such an attractive price point, we're gonna jump on the sheet here and compare the prices of another project that is located in Coquitlam as opposed to Langley that is built by the same developer, which is Foxridge Homes. So they are selling their 2,900 square feet home with starting prices of $2.246 million. So that is a drastic gap from that first home that we took you through. Yes, of course, we're comparing the square footage of 2,900 compared to around 2,700, but in the grand scheme of things, that is not a large difference compared to the price gap difference that you're going to see for that home type. And if we go to the Alderwood floor plan, which is the larger home that we took you through, that one has a home size of right around 3,400 square feet in its interior. And if we compare it to the project in Coquitlam, they have a home that has 3,489 square feet. So again, just a little bit bigger, but with prices starting in the $2.47 million range. So if we take these 2 locations and put a bit of a comparison side by side, you can see how much of a difference you can get in the purchase price if you're in a different location. Of course, Burke Mountain up in Coquitlam is a highly desirable location that many people absolutely love. And we have a tour of that exact project that we're comparing to that I'm gonna link for you right up there. Maybe you don't mind the Fraser Valley area, or maybe you even prefer that over the Tri-Cities, Burnaby, or Vancouver. And in that case, this could be a very good option in terms of getting you bang for your buck. And just being in a different location, you can get practically the same home for a couple $100,000 difference. Now, if you guys are interested in this specific project or any other project that we've covered by Foxridge Homes, or if you're looking for a different type of home, maybe you're looking for something a little bit bigger, something a little bit smaller, again, don't hesitate to reach out. We get calls, emails, texts from you guys all the time, and we absolutely love it. We love meeting and talking to all of you, learning about your situation and seeing how we can provide value and be of assistance. So if you're looking to purchase a home, to upsize, downsize, relocate to Vancouver, BC, whatever your situation may be, definitely don't hesitate to contact us. I'm going to leave all the contact information right up there. Go ahead and give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email, and we would love to get the ball rolling with you. Now, thank you guys again for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and until next time, peace.